Okay, so I promised everyone that I would do a question and answer video, and it's taken a while because I've been busy all week, but here it is. Um, okay, first question. What was the first book you ever read? This is from Nidelia K. I don't know. I mean, aside from like the books when I was just learning how to read, one of the very first books I can remember reading was Where the Red Fern Grows, which I think I was just reading that today, speaking of it, and Little Women, both of those which I really like and have reread numerous times afterwards, but I don't know. I don't know about the very first book. I can't really remember. Okay. Melissa G. In another universe where anything is possible, what would you like to see, do, or be? Well, the other universe is usually just my own head. But, I don't know. If I could live in another universe, we'll just say... And if I lived in another universe and I could be anyone, we'll just say Elisabeth Bennet. Okay. Matt S. Yay, I have a few generic yet interesting ones. What are your career aspirations, hobbies, favorite travel locations, worst, best experiences ever? What kind of people annoy you the most? Who is your inspiration? If you could travel to any year, past or present, when would it be? There's a lot of questions. For one, career aspirations. I have a lot of them, although I haven't really decided on any specific one. I think being a psychologist would be fun. I've always wanted to be an author ever since I was like 5. I don't know, being a pianist I think would be a lot of fun, or a composer, because I like doing that. I think being an artist, or like, I guess a painter. I don't think you can make a ton of money from those, I'm not sure. I doubt it, because usually you can't make a lot of money from things like that, but I don't know, that'd be more of a hobby. I think a clothes designer, because I like designing clothes and I like designing stuff. I don't know, instead of a career, I'd rather just be a parent, but I don't know. I don't really know yet. Hobbies, the list. I like reading, writing. I like art. I like painting and sketching and like calligraphy and stuff like that. I like being outside. I like experimenting with things and like trying to build things. Let's see. Playing piano, definitely. I started on cello, but every time I've tried to figure out how to play it, since I can't get lessons, I end up popping the strings. So that would be a hobby if I knew what I was doing, but I don't, so it's probably doesn't count. I don't know. I have a ridiculous amount of hobbies, and I always get made fun of them by everyone I know, but now I'm kind of drawing a blank on what they all are. So oh yeah, I guess watching movies. I like good movies, so that could be a hobby. Favorite travel locations? So far that I've been to, Morocco, because they have really good food and they have a really interesting culture that's completely different from what I'm used to. Spain, I loved Spain. I mean, more specifically Seville, just because of the grand, magnificent architecture, and I mean, the actual culture was nice, but Madrid was also very nice. I don't know, I don't really have a specific favorite, but if I could go back to any one of those, probably Morocco, just because I didn't get to spend a ton of time there, and it was a really neat place. Okay, worst best experiences ever. I think my worst experience, like life experience that I can think of off the top of my head, was probably when I drove our 4-wheeler into our pond, trying to get a dog to stop chasing the ducks we had. And I ended up driving it into the pond on my mom's birthday, so she wasn't that happy about that. Best experience ever? I honestly couldn't tell you. I don't know, I've had a lot of good experiences, like I've had a lot of bad experiences, but I can't really think of the best of all of them. I don't know. What kind of people annoy me the most? Well, arrogant people, they're extremely annoying, but they're kind of entertaining because they think they're better than everyone else, but they're not, and they're kind of delusional. I don't know, I find stuff like that amusing for some reason. The people that annoy me the most, I think overall, are just badly behaved people. It's, I guess, major pet peeve of mine, especially kids and parents who let them misbehave. That annoys me a lot. I think it'd annoy anyone a lot, though. Okay, my inspiration. Who is my inspiration? My inspiration would probably be all fictional characters. Like, I don't know, I mean, I guess for as long as I can remember, my role models have been fictional characters, like Joe March, for example, and I don't know, a lot of people. Just that all my favorite characters from books, I think, would be inspirations. If I could travel to any year, I'd probably say 1900. I think that would have been neat. Or any time in the late 1800s. I don't know. It seemed like I would like to experience that entire, the older culture, the old world, and lifestyles and everything just for a little while. Plus it'd make good experience for writing. Okay. Joe J, what is your favorite Thomas the Tank Engine mashup? I don't know. I have no idea. Olive H, what are some of your goals for the future life? How do you plan to achieve them? I have a lot of goals. Most of them are smaller goals, just to help me keep going with things. But eventually, I'd like to write a book, maybe a few, which I'm actually working on now, but I don't know how far I'll get with that. I'm doing a competition with it, so that should help. I'd like to learn more songs on piano, because currently I only know 3 or 4. All the way through, because I learned everything almost by ear, because I can't read music. So I'd like to be able to play more songs completely, but yeah, hopefully I'll get to that. Other goals, I'd like to have a complete high school education, if possible, which I'm sure I could probably get to that. I'd like to travel the world, also, and I'd like to be able to write about stuff that I saw and just, I guess, all of those experiences. Oh, that's what I can think. Oh yeah, I've always thought it'd be interesting to open a school. Just random. I don't know how possible that would be, but it's always been on the list. And I guess I plan to achieve them by doing them. I don't know, I guess, but. Alan M. Life things. That's not a question. Abby W. You've done this before, but explain your daily routine. I don't think I've done this before. I guess on Thumb I just post, someone would ask me a question, I'd post a screenshot of that with my answer. But other than that, I've never done a video. At least, not that I remember. But my daily routine, well, I'd prefer, if I can, I'd like to get up at 6 or 7 o'clock, or whenever, 10 minutes before the sun comes up. So then, by the time the sun comes up, I've had my coffee or tea made, and, my bed made and everything else like that, so then I can sit and watch the sun come up. And then for an hour or two, or until everyone else wakes up, I don't know, I kind of just sit in solitude and think, or read, or write, or, I don't know. Sometimes I paint at 7 in the morning, but I don't know, it depends. I don't always, my day changes, I don't know, I don't really have a set routine, just because my life doesn't allow that, but that's usually what I prefer it to be whenever I can. But then after that, I'd say around 9, 10, I'll eat breakfast and immediately start on schoolwork after feeding the chickens, of course. Do 2 hours of math, do an hour each of English, which includes reading and writing, history and science, and then maybe around 3 or 4, I'll take a walk if I haven't already in the morning, but even then I might take another walk because I like taking walks. I don't know. I play piano also a lot when I'm supposed to be doing schoolwork. One of the cool things about being homeschooled. Let's see, sometimes I'll sew. If I don't go anywhere, then I'll probably sit at home and read or talk to people online. Something of that sort. Maybe watch a movie, maybe like experiment with the camera stuff or experiment on something somewhere and make my parents mad that there's a big mess of something random. Around 10, 11, usually I'll eat dinner, which is kind of late, I think, compared to a lot of people, when a lot of people eat, but I work out, well, at least lately I have. I've been working out or just running on the treadmill for about an hour, so either, I guess, before or after dinner, it depends. Then I guess I get ready for bed and go to sleep and start all over again. I don't know, that's what it usually is. Let's see. Okay, Brandon B. What do you think about feminism, and do you think the government setting a minimum wage is good or bad for the economy? Oh, and if you were offered the chance to be able to fulfill all of your dreams, but the catch is that you have to leave everyone you care or love, or would you? Feminism is something I'm kind of neutral on. I mean, from what I've seen, it's been useful in the past for sure, and I mean, it's had its uses, but like anything, if it's taken to the extreme, it can have a lot of downsides to it and negatively affect a lot of people. That's just from what I've seen, though. The government setting a minimum wage, no, I don't know that it'd be good or bad for the economy. From just what I know, from numerous people I've talked to who have been forced to set a high minimum wage. They've had to fire numerous employees because they couldn't afford to pay them. And those are like small business owners, and there's still a lot of those. So that couldn't be good because it provides fewer jobs for people, and I don't think that's good for the economy at all. If I were offered the chance to be able to fulfill all of my dreams, probably not. Because I think one of the most important things in life are having good relationships with people, especially family and friends. And I don't know, I'm kind of a loner anyways, I guess, following my dreams. But I think I'd still rather have good relationships with people and have them in my life. I think that'd be more important than going and running off and doing something. Emily M. If you were any animal, what would you be and why? Probably, I don't know, I already thought about all of these before I did this, but probably a dragon, because they're cool. Caden T. What is the meaning of life? How am I supposed to know? I'm 15. I don't think anyone's really figured that out yet. But I don't know. I think everyone has their own meaning of life that they define for themselves, but I don't know. Oh, I didn't realize the cat was in here. Well, those are the last of the questions. Hopefully this was a little bit interesting. I filmed this yesterday, actually, but had issues with the computer I was working on because I don't know how to use technology. So yeah, I decided to do this instead and get better quality video anyways. Yeah, I might do more of these videos in the future, may or may not. I'm planning on doing piano videos and singing videos sometime soon, so. Yep, I guess that's it. I hope you enjoyed.